What's up? This is Coury from Thrashin Supply, and this is my 2013 Harley-Davidson Dyna Street Bob. I'm the original owner of this bike. I bought it late 2012. It came as a Dyna Street Bob, which meant it had the short fender, spoked wheels, no fairing, 96 cubic inch engine. And as you can see, it's come a long way. So to start off, I put the long fender on this bike, I put the quarter fairing, I put the Harley-Davidson mag wheels, and then I color matched the whole tin set. I did this paint job, I call it the two-tone or the two-faced, because from one side it looks all kind of this brown sparkle, and then from the left side it has this orange sunburst look. And it's really cool because when you're going down the road, if someone sees you from one side, it looks like a completely different bike than the other side. So the engine on this bike came as a 96 cubic inch, bumped it up to the 103 high compression engine, large throttle body, and a K&N air filter, and the Thrashin Supply anti-reversion exhaust. With the 1961 baffle, it has the patented fueling dog ball, but I went with the hand polish finish, which makes it look more like a mirror, almost like chrome, but it's polished stainless. One of my favorites, easy to touch up, and I like the way it kind of golds with a good tune in it. And this bike has the fueling 543 cam chest kit in it. The engine rips. I love how healthy it feels, how it makes the bike feel light, and it makes it really fun to ride. So as you all know, the Dynas always are known for their infamous Dyna wobble. If you want to ride this bike aggressively, you have to get rid of the Dyna wobble. To get rid of the Dyna wobble, I have the True Track engine stabilizer on this. It has an engine stabilizer on the front engine mount and the rear engine mount. And then I also added the GPR steering stabilizer that's up on the top triple tree. Then I have a set of Legends piggyback shocks on this bike, and I have work suspension front fork kit. So this bike rides like a dream. With the suspension and all the stabilizers, you can go, all the speeds you want, hit corners fast, you don't get the wobble, you can let go of the handlebars, it doesn't get any head shake. I'm really happy with that. So let's talk about handlebars and risers. I'm 5'9", sit on my bike, I have the 9.5 inch pullback risers with the Thrashin mid-bend bars. I'm really stoked with this positioning. I can ride for hours on end. My shoulders don't get sore. My hands don't get tired. I'm comfortable. I feel like I'm able to ride in the relaxed position. This bike has mid controls with the Thrashin P54 pegs, have the angle cut, which allows you to have more ground clearance, as well as the platform is wider than what came stock on the bike. And that allows for more grip, more control. There's really only a couple areas that you're controlling your bike with. So you wanna make sure that you have good grip and that you have control of those areas. And so to finish off the foot controls, to really get them for rider preference, I have the Thrashin Supply adjustable linkage on there. It really allows for the fine tuning of where your shifter tip is. If you don't have that on these Dynas, you have to actually adjust your shifter tip with just the spline options. That adjustment can be a lot bigger than you're wanting. So with the Thrashin Supply adjustable linkage, you're able to fine tune exactly where that shifter tip is. And then again, we went with the Thrashin Supply billet shifter tip, which is gonna be less marring on your shoe, and then you're actually gonna feel a more responsive shift with that since you're eliminating the stock rubber. Kind of allows for more play. So to be able to enjoy this bike, take it on rides, I added luggage to it. I have the Thrashin Supply essential saddlebags, and I have the Thrashin Supply handlebar bag. In my essential saddlebags, I normally carry something like a water, maybe a windbreaker, a hat, a couple extras, maybe some tools. And then in my handlebar bag, I may carry, my sunglasses, my cell phone, wallet, keys. This bike's been awesome to me. I've ridden this bike all the way from LA to Sturgis. It has over 32,000 miles on it. So one question I get a lot when I'm doing wheelies on this bike is about a chain drive. People are always like, oh, do you have to have a chain drive to do wheelies? Honestly, I just put a chain drive on this bike maybe in the last year. I ran it for 8 years with the stock belt. I did wheelies, burnouts, and never had a problem. I only changed it to a chain drive because I rebuilt the engine. I wanted to be able to adjust my gear ratio to better fit this engine build. But other than that, you don't need a chain drive to do wheelies and burnouts, I can tell you that. Almost every bolt on this bike has been changed to stainless steel, American-made ARP bolts. From all the engine bolts, to the shock hardware, to the foot peg hardware. And then of course, all of our Thrashin Supply products come with the ARP hardware. Like our risers have the ARP hardware, our billet perch clamps have the ARP hardware. This bike is something I'll never sell. I love it. We've been through a lot of states together. One of my favorites.